Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 166 of the MTB podcast, presented and hosted by Worldwide Cyclery, Kettle Mountain Apparel, and Trail One Components. I'm Jared.
I'm Liam.
And I'm Sophie.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Our good friend Sophie is joining us today. And in this episode, we are going to discuss everything that led her to her pretty awesome cycling career, as well as some fun listener questions, kind of all across the board. And
some for Sophie, some talking about our favorite tires.
That's right. And we never get tired of tire talk.
Oh.
I was wondering if there was going to be tire talk on today's podcast.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Are you
think
ready? You ready for the tire talk?
I'll do my best to keep up.
Yeah. I don't think it would be really an MTB podcast without at least one tire question.
Fair enough.
Well, let's jump right in. Zach's words of wisdom. Just one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. You agree?
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think Zach might need to take up his own words of wisdom today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he did say that those were genuine Zach words of wisdom, did he not?
Yeah, he says it to his wife every morning.
Yeah.
He's been saying to his wife the last few mornings, he said.
This was not a cop-out. Wasn't like a writing off some like, I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't Google it.
Yeah, he didn't Google it. He actually went into his own arsenal and pulled that out, which is pretty cool. And what's also pretty cool is Daniel's fun fact. There's enough DNA in your body to stretch to the sun and back 300 times. If you unraveled all the DNA in every cell of your body and laid it end to end, it would reach roughly 186 million miles.
Crazy.
That is crazy, isn't it? I also don't really like the idea of unraveling the DNA in my body. You know what I mean?
Probably not good.
It's like...
How does that fit in our body?
Well, I guess it's really...
But it's so microscopic.
It's small,
yeah, right?
It's long, but it's...
You can't even see a cell, so it's like...
Right.
No, it's yeah.
Microscopic.
Very, very, very tiny.
Yeah, microscopic was the perfect word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys went to college, so you guys would know more than...
I did not study DNA.
Did you, Sophie?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah. Just like as a part of, I'd say, chem.
Okay.
Chem and bio. Yeah, just G's, but not my specialty, that's for sure.
Organic chemistry?
No.
Okay.
Definitely
That's the real deal. That's the crazy stuff. Regular chemistry, I also I'm not great with either, but you know what I am great with is a fantastic testimonial. Lifetime rider that took 15 years off, short-term binge listener, just got back into riding, introduced my best friend to mountain biking in y'all's podcast, and now she's hooked to both. Took her for her first outing at Phil's in Bend, Oregon, and humbled her a bit, but she's itching to get back out there. If you shout out Callista, give her some words of encouragement. She gave it her all, though. Shout out, Callista. And
nice job. And another female listener.
Another female listener.
Ooh, go Callista, let's go.
Some would say I did that on purpose. Some would say
hopefully
that.
the counts up into the double digits now.
I think so.
I think we're solid double digits.
Definitely solid double digits.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Callista, it gets easier and it gets more fun when you get better at riding bikes, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it always takes a bit of practice, but everything takes a bit of practice. And
that's true.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to enjoy the process of learning too. That's another way to think about it.
That could be words of wisdom for next time.
All right.
We're going to pocket that.
Yeah. Sophie's words of wisdom.
Yeah. It's like everything is hard. Everything you try, it gets hard at the beginning, right? Like I just started to try and play tennis a little bit with my wife. I know the look you're making is crazy, but it's a fun activity.
Not
like,
pickleball
it
tennis.
is a
It's
fun.
not pickleball.
It is a fun activity. I used to play tennis.
Nice.
It is. It was very fun.
It is fun. Pickleball. I'm not gonna bag on it. Like it looks like it's fun, right? Like,
have you ever played pickleball?
No.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I've played like 2 times.
I'm sure it's
yeah.
It's it looks like it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like,
it is tennis. It's just shorter with like a slight different rule set.
Yeah.
But it's like could also be more technical because it's shorter.
Right.
Right.
Like you can maybe I don't know, spike it or.
Yeah. I don't know enough about either, but
people out there worrying like this is going to turn into a pickleball contest. Like all the mountain bike companies are turning into pickleball.
Oh yeah,
companies.
like Forge and Bond.
Like Forge and Bond, yeah.
Yeah, that's
R.I.P.
crazy.
I'm a little bummed that they didn't even just like change the company name or anything. They're just like, yeah, we're Forge and Bond pickleball.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
As
I don't know. There's some weird legal,
elsewhere.
Rearranging of the name and entity, and it's different and so on. It's just
yeah. They're just like, this is easier. We're just gonna.
I guess
stick with it.
Pickleballers want the
private equity,
carbon paddles.
Yeah. fusion fiber, right?
Yeah.
It's just, a bummer. I got the Forge and
Cool.
Bond like jacket, and I'm like, I'm not pickleballer though, you know?
Yeah, true.
I can't really wear that anymore. Like, unless I take
You never
up
know.
pickleball.
Yeah, you could take up pickleball.
Yeah, I could save that for like 20 years
Enjoy
from now
the
when I
process.
start pickleballing. And
Yeah.
then people will be like, dang, he's an OG.
Be careful on your knees and ankles, Jared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how
Playing
Zach
tennis.
hurt himself playing basketball.
Well, yeah. I
I
just feel
know.
like those sports picking them up, like,
Yeah. It's easy to hurt
in
yourself.
our ripe age, it's easy to get hurt, you know?
It is easy to get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how about some bikes and rides we've been enjoying lately? You're damn near ready to get back on that bike.
I am
Yeah.
ready. My ortho needs to say yes, but I am ready. Yeah, I hopefully we're recording this on a Tuesday. Hopefully on Thursday, I get a thumbs up to, I don't know, move my thumb and maybe start some load bearing, and I'm gonna take that as I'm riding my bike.
Nice.
So
That'll be awesome.
just the road bike for now. I got a new Revel Rover, which will be sweet. Throw
Very
some
cool.
big slicks on it to make it comfy, and I like double wrap the bars, even though I'll probably be on the hoods most times, so I guess it won't matter if I double wrap the bars. But
Nice.
yeah, I'm ready. Hopefully, been doing a lot of PT and workouts and some runs, but now my legs aren't stoked. I've been doing so much, so
Hey, it'll pay dividends.
Fine balance.
yeah.
Balance is key.
Yeah.
Plus, you haven't missed out on like a whole lot since it's been raining for like a week straight,
True.
Yeah.
which is crazy.
I would like to get out there and dig though.
Yeah, me too.
Which I'm closer to riding a bike than I am digging.
Yeah,
Digging is far away.
for sure.
Probably
I can imagine.
probably
Yeah.
zero digging this season for
I
me.
can imagine that'd be tough on the hand.
Yep.
Hard
What about
to
you, Sophie?
shovel.
What kind of bikes and rides have you been enjoying lately?
Oh, yeah, like you said, we've had some rain this past week, so nothing really crazy this past week. Been kind of at the end of my season, so I haven't been on too many crazy rides recently. I've just been riding a lot with friends at this like local place called Woolsey, just doing a lot of really fun rides with all of them. So that's been a really good time, and some gnarly steep trails with some jumps thrown in and some techie climbs. So yeah, that's kind of been the go-to recently. But yeah, hopefully excited to get out there and dig with this rain. So
That sounds like a blast. What's
Yeah.
your go-to rig of choice for Woolsey?
my go-to rig of choice. So I ride for Mondraker USA, and I'd say my go-to bike there is a Foxy Carbon RR. So it's like a 150, 160, full 29er. Although I've had it mulleted before, and that's been pretty fun. But yeah, that's the go-to. And then full trail one, bar stem, grips, all the whole shebang. And
Nice.
that's a super fun bike there. I also ride my Rays, which is kind of like my downcountry bike. It's 150, 130. And if I want to kind of go for a longer ride, I'll pick that. And I have some Peacekeepers on there, so it makes it a little spicy.
Nice.
But yeah, those are kind of my two go-to bikes at the moment. I'd
Nice.
say.
Liam and I both had Raises.
Yeah.
We love that bike.
Yeah, the Rays is super fun. I'd say it's my all-time favorite bike, and then having it in a slalom setup as well is so much fun.
Sophie has 2 raises.
You have two.
I do have 2 Raises. Yeah, I've one that's like fully slalom built, like can just leave it and race on that, and then I have my downcountry setup, and I have 2 wheel sets for that, so kind of have like a more enduro wheel set and then an XC wheel set, so I can keep up with Tideman on those longer days. So
Nice.
But no, it is my favorite bike. It is just can handle everything. It feels like aggressive but light and playful, and just kind of everything I want out of a bike. So yeah, super fun.
It's a great way of putting it. Aggressive, light, fun, fast.
Yeah, it feels stiff.
And it looks just like so sick. Like the
It is
Mondraker
one of the
styling,
sickest looking bikes on
like,
the market.
they know how to style bikes so well.
They just look so clean, and the lines are just so sharp, and
Yeah.
literally so sharp. I will hit my knee and on my like top tube, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like, oh, Mondraker, why are your lines so sharp?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, that's a perfect segue.
What have you been riding bikes?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about myself. Yeah, I have been riding bikes actually, Liam. It's so funny you asked. I've been riding my new ASR quite a bit. Super stoked on that. And I rode my 140. I kind of like rebroken my SB 140 today because I put
You swapped drivetrain?
I swapped, so now it's got Eagle 90 with my Raceface Tranks and Code RCs with 200 mil HS2 rotors. So that was all new. And so, yeah, kind of like, it was kind of one of those rides I like have been wanting to do in a while. So I'm like, I'm just going to go break in this bike, and it's like not going to be like a fun ride, but like I need to like properly bed in the pads and like, all that good stuff. But it was still fun because the dirt was insane today in Dos Viennas. So there's definitely some like massive ruts that
I'm sure.
I mean,
we got a lot of rain.
We got a ton of rain.
How many? I think we got like probably 3 to 4 inches here, if not more than
that. I think we got at least 4.
Looking it up last night, and we saw, at least where we're at, we got like close to 5 inches.
Wow.
And then out here I think it was like 3.5, 4, and then it's been insane, but it's been nice enjoying the rain.
Me too, for sure. It's a nice change of pace.
Everything will be so green after too. So
super green. The trails are going to be insane. Great time to dig. There were literally some trails that were just like fresh creeks like that just started in the middle of them.
I'm
and I was
sure.
like, okay, that's cool. Just like massive puddles in a couple places. I did my part. I drained a puddle, so I was pretty stoked on that. I like did a little drainage work with a stick. So I did my part. I was pretty stoked on that. But and just still kind of dialing in the ASR and stuff, but just stoked on bikes right now. It's a good time. Great time to be riding bikes. Also tried the new lights that we got, the exposure lights.
Oh, did you?
Yes, which are insane.
Time for some night rides?
Yeah, definitely time for night rides. So we got these insane lights from Exposure, and we got like a huge one. I have to double check the name, but it is like, I think it's like 5,000 lumens.
And there's the Diablo.
Yeah, I think the Diablo is the one on the helmet.
Small one.
Oh yeah, the Diablo. The other one's like DB or XJ or something like that. But yeah, it's like a massive 5,000 lumen spotlight on the bars, and then I think it's like 2,000 on the helmet, and it's like you can basically ride like
you can probably see anything.
Yeah, you can see everything. It's amazing. Just like riding aside, it's just like, wow, these lights are so cool. So yeah, it's really nice to ride at night with the confidence that you have during the daytime. And I also like to climb a lot at night. I don't know about you guys, but night riding at night.
You kind of get locked in.
You do.
When you're like climbing at night because you don't know where the top is and everything. So yeah.
Yeah. It's nice to just kind of zone out. And there's a lot less people out, obviously. But enough about me. Like I was saying, perfect segue to tell us more about your background, how you got to where you're at right now, and how you got like introduced to mountain biking and everything.
Yeah. So I born and raised in South Florida, like West Palm Beach area, and I grew up riding bikes with my dad. I'd go out on the weekends, and it was just always a fun way of getting outside, like our dirt church as we called it. I kind of started, actually, I kind of got my start in triathlons and did like a lot of off-road triathlons.
Nice.
And through off-road triathlons, and just riding bikes with my dad, I was like, oh, mountain biking is pretty sick. Like, I kind of want to do this a bit more. And I raced a bit at like our like XC, local XC series, like my senior year of high school. That was super fun. And I just kind of got more involved in the bike scene, started working at a bike shop, kind of found like we always watched like the UCI races and stuff like that. So I was just always like, oh, this like bike world's so sick. And then kind of like COVID time, I found like enduro and downhill and all that stuff, and I was like, I need to go race this. And kind of when school went online, I took the advantage of that and went and just lived in my car and stayed with some family up in the East Coast and raced a bunch of the Eastern State Cup series, an amazing series, highly recommend for anyone that's living on the East Coast. And also like the Downhill Southeast series, super fun. So just started racing a bunch and just bumming it out in my car. And I got hooked, and I was like, I need to go race bikes somewhere else. Probably it's not in Florida. So I was like reaching out to schools, and Grand Junction was kind of always on my radar through triathlons as well. And the coach was like, you should come to Grand Junction, come come race on the collegiate team. And I was like, yeah, sign me up. You can get me out of Florida fast enough. So no shame. It's awesome riding down there. But it was super lucky to be able to go to school out at Colorado Mesa. It was an awesome time. And yeah, that's kind of my leading up into my collegiate career, and met Tideman and as a regular on the show, I guess, and been racing bikes ever since then as well.
So you raced all through college, full collegiate career.
Yeah.
All 4 years, but that's mostly downhill dual slalom.
Yeah, that's strictly like I was on the team for gravity. So yeah, race downhill and slalom. And that's kind of where I fell in love with slalom racing, was just racing through collegiate. And it is always the best time racing dual slalom at collegiate races. It is so much fun.
It sounds like a blast.
Yes.
Sounds like a great vibe.
It is a great vibe. It is. I miss it for sure. But it was a really good learning experience, and a lot of doors opened up just through racing collegiate and meeting so many other girls and guys that were on similar pathways to me, or either in my field of choice or racing like in the school. So it was a really awesome place to be, and really helped me become who I am today, which has been a game changer. So
yeah,
amazing.
I wish there's more dual slalom or four cross racing.
I do agree. That'd be so sick. I mean, slalom scene is slowly, I feel like, getting bigger again. At least on the west, it seems like it's growing. Yeah. But four cross would be insane. I'd love to race some four cross and try it out.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, BMX is like, I'd say I raced like 1 or 2 BMX races, and those were like the scariest things ever, because you're just like on these tiny bikes and you're like elbow to elbow with all these girls around you, and you're just like, oh my god, please don't knock me over. But it's probably so intense.
For sure. So you said you were racing in Florida as well.
Yeah, just a little XC here and there.
I was gonna say, I guess it's kind of has to be XC in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Or like, what is that like?
We have a Trail 1 product.
Yeah,
after
that's right.
Ocala, Florida, the Vortex pedal.
I love the Vortex. Santos is a really cool place, and they've done a lot with their terrain. I will say, like, that's been the cool thing watching Florida's riding grow, is just like seeing how different builders really utilize the landscape, like whether that's through wooden features or like just different jumps, and just really utilizing the terrain that you are given with. But the Vortex is so awesome. I don't know if I'm guessing you've ridden there, but
no, I haven't. Brian had been there and named it after that.
It's super fun. Yeah.
Next year and then year after that, my goal with Trail 1 is to make it to a lot of the places we have products named after. So that'd
be cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I personally have never ridden bikes in Florida, but at least not mountain bikes.
I've never been to Florida.
Never been to Florida. I think I've only been, I've been twice when I was a kid once, and then once I was in college. But
it's a beautiful place, I will say. Like, I do miss it a lot. I'm a big ocean gal, miss the beach, miss, the swamp. You go out on a gravel ride and you see like, 10, 15-foot gators just chilling on the side of the banks. Yeah, like actually like bunny. I remember going on a group ride one time. We were just like pacing. We were just like doing like a little pace line down this gravel road, and there was literally a giant gator across the road, and we all had to like come to a screeching halt and be like, okay, like how are we gonna get around this thing now? Like, and we just had to like just U-turn it and just go the other way, because we're like,
no thanks, I'll take a rattlesnake.
How am I gonna pass this giant dinosaur on the road?
Yeah.
But yeah, the riding, I feel like I've outgrown the riding there. That was kind of one of the big reasons why I wanted to like leave and just explore what else the United States had to offer for mountain biking. But I'd say they've done a lot, and they've really put in the work down there.
That's awesome.
So you jumped from Florida to Grand Junction, which is probably almost opposite sides of terrain wise.
Yeah.
It's
tropical,
steppy, techy, rough, loose over hard.
Yeah. Actually.
Not very forgiving terrain.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also, I don't know when you met Tideman, but
my first week there.
First week there. Yeah. So you met Tideman right away, and Tideman just probably threw you into the deep end, knowing Tideman. Yeah, I
was definitely coming from sea level too, and like he was like peak XC training.
He was trying to race World Cups.
Yeah, and I remember he took me up like to our local ski resort. We just did we just pedaled up the the fire road once, and I was dead on the top. And I now, like, thinking back, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad like that he had to ride with me then, but I've gotten better. I've worked on it. Fitness has gotten way better for sure.
I'm sure he enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, he's had a few laughs. Definitely.
That's awesome though. Well, yeah, I mean, that's gotta be a challenge, like you said, Liam, like going from sea level, like flat as flat, to like the biggest and tallest mountains, basically in the,
It was quite crazy. And then like collegiate racing, you're racing at all these different bike parks all over Colorado. So we'd go to Crested Butte one weekend and, Purgatory the next weekend. And it's just the most insane places to ride and race with friends. Like, it's such an awesome environment to, be with fellow student athletes. So yeah, it was super fun.
That's so rad. How come nobody ever told me I could do that? That sounds like a great collegiate experience, honestly.
It is not a big scene compared to obviously like your mainstream sports, but it should be. It is super fun.
It should be, right?
Yeah.
Like, it totally should be. Not to mention like the risks that you take and, and I guess it's all about exposure at that point and the dollar signs, but that's amazing. Super cool. So what was your favorite race that you look back on and you say that either the course or...
Oh, like as far as collegiate racing?
Yeah.
I'd say we had a collegiate nationals in Ride Rock Creek, North Carolina. And that was pretty epic. I'd say like there was rain all like leading up that week and ended up being like primo dirt. And the track was just brand new, chefed up, kind of like loamer on top into bike park, turns and jumps at the bottom, like a pretty short track, but it was just like you were just ear to ear, like grinning the entire way down. I'd say like that's definitely up there as far as one of my top favorite races. For downhill. And then slalom, I feel like every collegiate slalom race was like I had so much fun at. Trying to think of my favorite course, maybe that would help me decide.
I just imagine them being like a party. Is it like...
Yeah, I'd say like at some of the races for sure. It was sorry, Pat or Brian, if you're listening. But yeah, it was no. Some of the races were quite the party, and then some were pretty chill, just super fun. Like we'd all be doing homework and together on the weekends. Then you go watch like the XC girls race, and go watch the guys race, and everyone go watch each other race. So it was awesome. So
super cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I did ride what was supposed to be the newer collegiate downhill race course at Ride Rock Creek, but it was canceled because of Hurricane Helene.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I rode it as like a fresh loamer, like it was cut in that week. And it just had this craziest off-camber section. It's like pretty, downhill trail, whatever, and then you just hook a left, and it's just like loamer across the mountain, just like straight 45. Like, I'm pretty sure Nico told the guy to cut it in as like steep and 45 as he could, and we're all just like sliding down the whole thing. And then you get back on like the old course, and you have like this huge kind of road gap step down into like the bottom and stuff.
That's
but I never got to get raced on.
No, it was so sad. We went to Bentonville instead, and it was still a good time. It was Bentonville, so you're not getting anything like crazy gnarly. And I wouldn't say it was like an accurate like collegiate downhill race. The slalom was pretty fun, but it was a bummer. We all wanted to go back to Ride Rock because we had such a good time the year before. And then we've had like our 2 races before that was at Purgatory, and that place is just so insanely gnarly and so much fun. And those were always a good time. And they built some awesome slalom tracks there too. So it's just like a jam-packed week of, racing and watching friends ride and like supporting your team and trying to make sure your team comes out on top. So it was just as much as an individual event as it was a team event, which was really cool.
That's awesome. It just like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like when I did track in high school, just like kind of like a bike version, right? Like everybody has their own events that they're specializing in, and then like you still want to do well, but like you're doing it for the collective whole for like your program to win, beat the other schools, right? It's pretty cool. And Purgatory, we rode like near Purgatory. We stayed in Purgatory, right? Like
we stayed in Purgatory, but we didn't
trip,
ride the actual bike part.
Right.
Yeah, we just rode pretty much all the backcountry all around Purgatory.
That
Yeah.
stuff's still
Yeah.
pretty sick too.
Oh, it was super rad.
So sick.
And
Engineer
some
Mountain
raw,
descent.
Engineer Mountain, some really raw stuff out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Super sick. Isn't the World Cup downhill coming back to Purgatory? And like, is a world champs like in is it 2031
Yeah.
or something?
2030 is in
2030?
Durango,
Yeah.
but I think it's just XC.
Oh, I thought the downhill was coming back to Purgatory.
I think it's just XC.
Okay. Well,
I should know more. I just listened to a podcast on it.
Oh,
With Todd Wells on Payson's podcast.
nice.
But clearly I didn't listen. Yeah, I think that they're just doing XC and not even XC Marathon because the courses and everything they have to design. It's a lot of like paperwork and footwork to do it, and they have to bid and they have to like pay for it. Like City of Durango or the Trail Advocacy Group pays for the UCI to come. So, but yeah, it is coming back to the US for XC.
USA Cycling, it says all events will be held at Purgatory Resort and will include downhill, cross country, Olympic, short track, and e-bike.
Oh.
And that's for World Champs? Or
Yes.
Is that because there's also like events leading up to it? They'll be as well. So they'll have like a certain level XC race there, and so on. But that's cool.
Yeah, this is Mountain Bike World Championships.
Sick.
Yeah, so that's cool. I'm gonna book my flight right now.
Oh, for 2030.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kidding. But yeah, super stoked for proper
cool.
World Cup downhill racing to come back to the US. It's where it all started. That was the first place, right?
That was Durango was the first World Champs ever.
The inaugural.
Biking.
That's right. Very exciting.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, seriously. Speaking of full circle, you did a bunch of legit events this past year. Actual proper,
I did do some events.
That's amazing. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. Let's start with the beginning of the year.
First year out of college, and then like taking on like a full kind of like say more legit racing calendar.
Yeah, definitely. Like being out of school just allowed me to have the time to travel to some of the races that have been on my list for a few years and just have really wanted to go to and be a part of. And so like always start off the year at Sea Otter. So it's a fun, big dual slalom event. And did pretty well there. So, or I guess actually started off the year in Rotorua, Crankworx there. So that was pretty epic. My time in New Zealand will never be forgotten. That was just an amazing place, absolutely beautiful. The racing was super fun, a really good learning lesson. It was like my first international race, really. So, being there by myself and having to show up on race morning and like prep my own bike and like figure out my pressures and all that kind of stuff. And like it's stuff I've done before, but just being in a whole new environment and at such a big event that I've watched on TV for so many years, I was like, wow, this is crazy. But it was a super awesome time and met a lot of really cool girls and I learned a lot. I didn't get the results I wanted, but I feel like that's, hindsight's 2020 and trying to look at the positives and, follow Zach's words of wisdom. And I just really just had fun, made sure I had fun and really grew out of that as a racer and rider. So that was super fun. And Sea Otter, what else? TDS Enduro, went to that.
Nice.
That's a fun one. Usually the GoPro Mountain Games. That's a really fun dual slalom event. That's usually like my main discipline, I'd say. I did race a bit of enduro the past few years, but kind of phased out of that and really fell in love with dual slalom. So I've been trying to make that my more full-time race calendar with a few enduros thrown in just to have fun and because they're sick. I've been GoPro Mountain Games, all those things. What else? Nationals, mountain bike nationals here up in Big Bear. It was really sick. Ended up third. Nice. So that was my first nationals podium, which I'm really stoked about. It was a really fun track. Racing dual slalom, it's not a crazy big field for us women, but everyone's really fast and everyone's there to, everyone brings their game to a race. And so it just makes the racing super tight, super competitive, super fun. I see a lot of the same girls at the races. So it's just like a battle, like a new battle every time. So yeah, super fun. Went to Grinduro this year. That was my first big gravel race,
Nice.
which was pretty sick. I had a
loose gravel.
yeah, rode all bikes this year. What else? Crankworx Whistler.
Sick.
That was a really awesome one. I've been going to that one for a few years and always have a good time there. I usually race like air DH, dual slalom, what else? Pump track, and tempted to I wanted to race downhill there, but maybe next year we'll see. It's pretty legit, but the air DH is always really fun. Kind of makes up for it. Just lots of A-line laps all the time there, so translates perfectly well. So.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it was a crazy big year, lots of travel, and it was just fun to, really commit to just having fun on my bike and kind of not worry about school. I would say maybe school gave me a bit more structure. I feel a little like, okay, like I'll replace, but it's been so fun. No, yeah, really grateful for it.
And then you finished up with the first hard MTB.
Yeah, that was like my last big event, which was so insanely sick. It was put on by Braden Binghurst, and he's just a really awesome guy, and he pedaled up the whole enchilada, which just like says the type of person he is and the type of mind he has. And he, pretty much wanted to do like the next kind of new form of racing, which was kind of really highlight the technical aspects of mountain biking. So you had everything from like raw slalom to tech slalom to like a techie downhill into this like mega jump at the end, and then what else we had? Like a tech climb.
Nice.
So yeah, kind of like all different little technical aspects of mountain biking that often get overlooked, and it was a great way to highlight those skills and also the racers. And it was like in a kind of supercross style venue, so it was just like everyone that came out on race day was, got to watch all your runs, and it was just felt like had the supercross vibe, which was so epic. And
yeah, the goal for that is to make it very spectator friendly, right, in the future. So like you can be in this one venue, kind of one canyon, watch all the runs in like kind of one spot.
Yeah. It's a great concept. I mean, I feel like
rad.
That's kind of the one downfall of mountain bike racing, I feel like, in general, aside from like XC, where you could probably get more action, I guess.
Yeah. Any like cyclocross or like short track, it could work well for like spectators, but it's not, I mean, I don't want to like say it, but it's not that cool. You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta be like really into it
as
for
a spectator,
like,
right?
Yeah.
And like, especially with like short track, you're kind of like, well, like, yeah, you can just go off the front and win, but like, there's a lot more tactics to it, right? Like, oh, well, that person sitting in third the whole time will probably outsprint the other two people and they're going to win. So it's like, it's almost like watching F1 in a way where like you just watch it and like, they're going fast, but like you don't understand the technical aspect of it until you really learn it. Where like this, sick jumps, sick riding, like the tech slalom looked insane. Just like some of the lines and gaps that were opening up.
And the jump was massive at the end.
Yeah, it was quite big.
Like
and
a huge booter.
Yeah, like Liam was saying, it was like cool to see all the different lines that people were racing. And like Braden was super awesome to host actually like a little women's camp leading up to the event. So it was like around 4 or 5 of us showing up like on the Monday, and we got to go through all the features, and it was really cool. It was really confidence inspiring and really allowed us to build in a non I'd say like stressed way, maybe especially with all the guys there the next few days. It was absolutely nuts just like watching them just do these like gaps, and you're just like, whoa, like how do they even like think of that, or like how do they even pull for that? But yeah, it was just so epic and so spectator friendly, and I hope people can see like the precision it does take to go like ride through a course or do the lines that some of those guys were doing, because it was like you had to be on your game like from top to bottom of the course. Like you could not not think. So
for sure. And you have to bring multiple bikes for that as well.
That's just one bike.
Just one bike.
You can only ride one bike.
It's kind of like also leaning into like the perfect trail bike scenario.
Yeah.
Because like you don't quite want an enduro bike, but you don't want like a slalom specific bike, right? Like because you have to climb too.
Yeah.
So you did it on your Razor Foxy?
I did it on my Foxy, yeah. And then I put my like 27.5 wheel that I have for my slalom bike on my Foxy. Rear. So it was a mullet. And then, I just ended up stiffening the pressures a little bit, but run pretty similar to like what I would run for maybe, and that was hard because I was changing it maybe in between the race runs, like changing the rebound or whatever between the tech slalom and the downhill. But it was really cool to see how one bike could handle everything. And
that's awesome.
Mulleted it, and then had some WTB Vigi up front and Judge on the rear. Or maybe Vigi Judge.
Nice.
So it was a good tire combo.
Classic combo.
Yeah, actually, take that back. With my 27.5 tire, it was Vigi Trail Boss. So it was a little bit higher rolling speed.
Nice.
I'm trying to keep up with your tire talk, but I don't know.
No, you're nailing it. What tire combo do you run for dual slalom?
Usually I'll run Trail Boss for slalom. Yeah. Nice. It'd be really epic if they made the Peacekeeper at 27.5 because that'd be super fun as like a rear tire. There's something a little bit lighter, but those are usually my go-tos. I want something like a little bit knobby, but just still can kind of roll fast, and I really love the Trail Boss. It's such a good all-around tire. So.
Yeah, for sure. Nice. Well, should we take a quick break and then we'll jump back in with some more questions?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, mountain bikers. Jeff again. Quick note, it is November, which means the Worldwide Cyclery Blowout Sale is going on. We have made a hilarious little video on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels if you want to go watch it. All sorts of thousands of mountain bike parts, massive blowout discounts all month long. You know how it goes. It's November. We got to partake in the shenanigans. Trail One, if you go to that website, trail1.bike, we've also got some crazy discounts, a sale for the trails, as we call it, to raise money for trail networks as we sell through Trail One product, and every dollar from a Trail One product sold goes to a trail stewardship. And of course, Kettle Mountain Apparel will dabble in some sales in the BFCM, but nothing crazy going on for other than that. If you want to support us, that would be the best way to do it. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And now, back to the show. And we're back.
So, this year, we went through all the racing that you did, but it's also kind of like a bit of a learning year to see where you want to kind of like lean into, what discipline you kind of dig the most, and maybe where you want to go for next year. So, what are you looking at next year?
Yeah.
Similar schedule or dialing it in more?
Pretty similar, like hoping to actually dial it in a bit more hard MTB specific next year. Really, I'm just going to try to focus on most of the domestic slalom racing within the U.S. So try to keep a similar calendar and throw in the Enduros that I really like TDS or North American Enduro Cup. And then like a lot of the maybe California Enduro Series and stuff, just sort of super fun, good weekends out on the bike, But I'm going to mainly focus on those big slalom events throughout the year. Probably do like the North American Crankworx, so like MSA and Whistler again. But really try to focus on hard MTB. There's a qualifier in the beginning of the year. So going to this last invite that automatically qualified everyone to go into the qualifier. And so that'll be really cool to battle it out again with everyone and see who makes it onto the finals for later in the year. So it's going to be a pretty big focus of mine next year for sure.
So there's one qualifier and then one final?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is?
Yeah, one qualifier, one final, and they're still like a bit selective with like who comes to the qualifier. I think so. It'll still be like kind of invite only type.
Selected.
Selective. Like just.
And the same venue?
It'll be like pretty similar.
Okay.
It won't be exact same venue. It'll just be like across the road. They're just putting in some developments and they have some changes they want to make too. So they kind of took it as an opportunity to be like, okay, like let's put in something more permanent and really spend the time to, I think they had like a 10-year plan to like make that like a official compound,
Wow.
And then I think and I don't want to speak for Braden, but like their plan was to do it, all over the country, and like to show how you can have these little venues, everywhere. It's so spectator friendly. It only takes this much land, but there was so much racing going on in this such small venue. It was so epic. It was
cool.
Everything you could see from like you barely had to like swivel your head. You'd be like, okay, like there's the top, and like, okay, there's the bottom. So it was.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I think I saw something like they'd like to have 3 a year or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like 3 different venues a year or something like that.
Nice.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool, and like to all meet at the finals, that'd be really epic. So
Wow.
Yeah, and Boise was really cool. That was like my first time spending time like in and around Boise, and it was nice. Got my little dose of fall in with the red leaves.
Nice.
So it was really pretty.
Idaho's beautiful.
It is really beautiful. I've only like been up on like the skinny part of Idaho, like up by Coeur d'Alene and where North American Duro Cup is. Super awesome up there too, but it was nice to visit a different part. So
nice.
Yeah, I've only been that time I went to Sun Valley Ketchum.
Sun Valley is wonderful.
Yeah.
I've been there one time we went, and one other time in the wintertime, and there was a blizzard. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful country up there. Awesome. So I don't know if we asked you, but what was your favorite like big event that you did this last year?
I'd say a hard MTB was honestly like my favorite event that I maybe of all time that I've done.
Sick.
It was just like a week of, it was a test event, so there was nothing really on the line. So it was a good way to just go out there with a really good positive mindset, and there was still like a competitive race, still like really tight times, but just to go out there with the purpose to learn. And it was just such a new format of racing that it just made it super exciting. And it's just, you were busy like all week. You were like constantly thinking like, oh, what lines am I going to try tomorrow? Or like, am I going to hit the jump, or am I going to go around it? Or, all that kind of stuff. So it was just such a, it was an awesome time. The vibes are super great. The racing was good. Like, so definitely top tier on my top of the list.
Yeah, that's super rad. I feel like it also shows that like there's more disciplines and like opportunity for mountain biking to like expand, not only like, on the spectators part that we're talking about, but like it's not just XC downhill,
Yeah, it can be like some flat corners. It can be some, techie slalom into a cool dirt jump at the end. Like it can really be anything, and just make it cool, make it look cool.
Yeah,
feel
especially
good.
with what trail bikes can do.
For sure.
100%. Yeah.
That's super cool. Liam, what do you think? Should we jump into some listener questions?
Yeah, I think so.
Amazing.
We have a handful from social media for Sophie.
Ooh.
And then one tantalizing tire talk to wrap this up.
Amazing. All right. Sophie, what groups helped you develop most that you'd recommend for other girls in mountain biking?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I didn't grow up with like Nike or anything, but I just attended a lot of the races like with my dad, and just got thrown right in with the junior boys. So I wouldn't say I grew up with any like formative girls group. Just kind of always rode with the guys. But I would say since racing collegiate, just finding a really awesome community of women that like to ride similar things that you do, that are down for big adventures, or, just really good time. I'd say that's the best way for other girls to kind of get into mountain biking or enjoy mountain biking, is just finding that community, whether, your skill levels could be totally opposite, but I still have, or not opposite, but, you could be, someone could be really good at pedaling and someone else could be really good at descending, but you can still find time to have fun on the bike and, come together over something. And I feel like that really helped me develop the most, is just respecting all types of riding and just wanting to ride with everyone. And it was, I'd say, just having a good community. Also, maybe, I don't know if they're like younger girls, I'd say like Nike, like now seeing what Nike does, I'd recommend that for like any girl or guy that's younger that wants to get into riding. That seems just like an awesome place to meet like-minded people. Like finding like-minded people is just the best way to grow. So
for sure, agree. I wish that Nike was bigger when when we were in school.
Yeah.
We didn't have NICA.
I don't even think my hometown still has NICA.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think
I'm
they
not positive,
got it in
but-
Florida the year after I graduated.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, dang. But yeah, I'd say just finding a good community. It's just...
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like also what you said is like kind of keeping an open mind about like discipline and like type of riding that
Yeah,
you do
exactly. Like,
is huge.
like
Because, yeah.
being able to go hop on a gravel bike and, you know, not get, you know, upset like, oh, I gotta go ride gravel or I can't ride my mountain bike, you know, just like, yeah, wanting to ride with everyone and do everything. And
Yeah.
also like not, yeah, you can ride with other people outside, like doesn't have to be a girl. Like I feel like I've learned a lot from other guys as well, and just like it's not, you know, it might seem a bit intimidating, but you know, I feel like I've learned the most, I'd say, like riding with Tybin and his friends and like you guys. And yeah, that's one of the best ways for me to develop is just ride with people better than you. Like it's
yeah, that's always the best way to develop.
Yeah.
Is to find someone better.
I think I
Which
have a
in
lot
this
to learn
area is not hard to do.
Yeah.
Like there's always someone better.
Yeah. I think there's a lot I
there's
could learn from
always someone
Tydman too.
better.
Yeah, I think we all can. Yeah.
You guys, animal.
Earlier
Yeah,
this
you-
year, was it this year? It was probably really early this year. We got Sophie out for a huge Ojai backcountry mission.
Nice.
It was like first or second ride on your
Yeah, I think it was like
On
my
your-
first big ride on
on
my
your
race.
race too.
Yeah.
And that's what we took her to Foxy Trail, like a enduro, almost enduro trail.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she's on her race.
Was it,
We took her down Horn. We did
Down
yeah.
Horn?
Did we
did
do
Horn and
Upper Horn too? Right.
Yeah, we did like the up. to
Yeah,
the
so we
very
did
top.
Upper Horn and Horn. It was a 7K climbing day and 7K of descending.
nice?
I did not know I was getting into the morning of. Time is just
I,
like
I also
we're-
lied about the climbing duration. I was
You
like,
dog.
I didn't really
they
know.
both do it, like Tybin and.
I was like, I think it will be at the top of like 2 hours, and the whole ride should take us about 2:45. We're at the top at 2:45,
Oh my
and
god.
then the downhill took like another 30 because it was
Almost-
overgrown and slow.
Oh my god.
I've just like
Uh,
learned to add on maybe like 30 to 40 minutes on whatever they say. Even like just like I'm like maybe it takes them that time like on their pace, but not my pace. My pace, I'm going like an extra 30 minutes
Well,
slower for sure.
I think my time would have been accurate on like an XC bike, but we were on like 35-pound enduro.
Yeah, we
bikes.
were on.
Oh.
Well, I guess I wasn't.
And the
but
dirt
it
was slow too because did we have hero dirt? We might have had
We
good
had
dirt.
really good dirt.
Yeah, so the dirt was slow. Like, you know, that like you sink in almost a
On
half
the-
an inch on the fire road as you
Yeah.
climb. You're not going anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
you're carrying no speed. But
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
that was
I think Sophie said it was, if not your biggest climbing day, it was your
Yeah.
biggest sustained climb.
yeah. That was before Grinduro. That was like my biggest climbing day. And I did not know it was going to be my biggest climbing day. But it was a really fun time. I definitely want to go ride there again now that I'm feeling like maybe a bit more fit.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the key. You just got to find a Tybin in your life to
Yeah.
keep riding with you. Yeah.
Throw you in.
Throw me at
Liam-
the deep end.
Liam's come to my Tydman.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. They're best friends. So.
Yeah. Oh man. That's awesome. Yeah. And I also learned to add more time for climbing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't
That
like
was-
to. I kind of do that with my friends too. They'll be like,
You
oh,
have
yeah,
to.
Yeah.
like they're going to say no.
They're going to say no.
They're going to say no. It's like, oh, yeah, it's just up here, you know? Like,
yeah.
it's not that much further, like
Yeah.
whatever. Or, like, how many feet are we doing today? I don't know, 5K, and it's going to be like 7K or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Just, I don't know.
People just get intimidated. And it's like, but coming from my side of things, it's like, that's me believing in someone and knowing like you can do it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, don't get scared about the number,
yeah.
you know, just like keep
Just-
eating, keep drinking, keep pedaling. Like, you
Yeah.
know, you can do it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're going to get rewarded. Like, we had like a 30-minute downhill,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sustained
That's sick. Was it fun?
30-minute downhill.
Yeah, it was pretty.
She
I think-
hesitated. She hesitated.
I wouldn't say it's like the sickest downhill I've ever ridden, and it was also like new bike, and it was pretty rocky. And I was like, "Don't scratch my bike! I
it
don't want to
was,
scratch my
super-
bike."
It's super
It was a little
rocky, yeah.
overgrown.
It was a bit overgrown in spots.
Oh yeah.
So it was a bit overgrown. The top was sick.
The top was really, really cool. It's just kind of the bottom got a little chunky, and I was just really cracked at that point. And I was like, okay, I just want to go eat a burrito. Like,
just want to get to the bottom.
I think Sophie was a little cracked to enjoy the downhill.
But the views from the top were amazing. It was
so
really
you went
cool.
All the way up. Did you go up to like the bluffs, basically?
Yeah.
And then down.
So you'd go all the way up Caesar Road to Nordoff Ridge Road.
Yeah.
And then you hook a right and you go up towards Topa Topa Bluffs.
Mm-hmm.
So all said and done, you like from where you descend from to you climb to is like a straight 6,000 feet vertical gain, roughly, I think. And then you drop 6,000 feet. Yeah.
Sick.
Sick. I think like the KOMs, we're kind of like all in the top 10 from what we have. And I think it's like anywhere from like 18 to 20 minutes, like full pull.
Going up.
No.
Or going down.
Going down.
Yeah.
Down.
Okay, I was like, up is
no.
I was like, what?
No, Caesar, like, those are like some like roadie pros that have that. And it's like in like 55 or like 48 minutes.
On like a gravel bike, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You gotta be.
Yeah.
Or like spins or something.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a sick down on
20 minutes down.
20 sustained minutes full pull.
Full pull.
And if you can go to a full pull, I'm impressed because I usually stop and shake out my hands.
That's
I think I'd stop for sure.
I think I crashed. Training, huh?
I crashed and I scratched my bike and I was really sad. I think that was another reason why I was a little upset at the moment. But
I would be too.
Got the first one out of the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Got your brand new sick Mondraker, dude. I'd be pissed.
No, it was super cool. We got to go do that right again.
I'm down.
Or there's Red Reef too. I got to go do that as well.
Is that the one that goes off the top?
Yeah, so Red Reef's further than the top of Horn, by like another few miles.
Horn goes from the top too.
Yeah. Earlier, 2 years ago, we did a we're like pretty off topic right now, but that's all right.
That's okay.
We did a like I think it was like 9,000 or 10,000 foot enduro day out there.
Whoa.
Or we did Red Reef and then climbed back up and then did all of Horn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so and Red Reef drops further down Caesar, so yeah, it's like 9 or 10K to do that. We did that with like a sick group, actually, like a bunch of us. I tried to do it on the solstice, but it was pouring rain. So we did like the week after that.
I think I remember when you guys did that.
Yeah, that was super rad. And then Tideman this year and I did a Downeyville training day out there where we did Red Reef across the ridge down Gridley. But we're not very smart. We are smart, but we're not very smart. Like we're like, we need to get in heat training.
Oh, yeah, of course you do.
So let's just like leave my house at like a casual time. Yeah, like 7 or 8. I don't know what time we left, but we weren't in a hurry.
Oh, yeah.
Like specifically, we're not in a hurry to get up into Ojai where it gets like, it was like proper 90, 95 on the climb.
Oh.
And no shade at all, like hardly any shade.
Gross.
And I did not feel good on the climb. Tideman dropped me about, I'd say a third to halfway up, just like, and they put like a minute or two in me. And I'm like trying. I'm like, we're like full threshold effort, like sustained effort up this. And I get to the top and I pop in like the one bit of shade. And both of us like give us a look of like, I think I even said, I was like, we could just go to Gridley and like not do the next climb to Red Reef. And then the climb after that to Gridley.
Yeah.
But then both of us were like, no, we need to do it. We need to go do Red Reef. So like we did it. And then my legs kind of came around and I felt better on that second climb. But that was again it
seemed like a monster day.
It was a monster day, like 8 or 9K with like 2 efforts in the legs. But it's sick riding out there and like you don't see anybody.
Yeah.
You know, like you're backcountry really fast. So
because you kind of drop down, again, still off topic, but you drop down like halfway down Seesaw, right? Like
yeah, Red Reef goes halfway, like almost exactly halfway down Caesar. So then you have to climb halfway back up, and it's all the non-shaded spot.
Of course.
So like you finish right above where the shade ends, pretty much.
Wonderful.
And then you just climb exposed
all the way up
again and across the ridge. But it's super fun.
Yeah, I'd like to get out there.
I love riding up there.
It's going to be good after all this rain.
Could be. It could be too much rain.
Could be too much rain.
I don't know what they got,
slides,
but Santa Barbara got like 13 inches in spots.
Saw that. It's crazy.
So
you got to imagine though, it's got a ton too. Yeah, some slides probably. Yeah. Well, speaking of California, how has your change from Colorado to California potentially changed your view, aside from looking at the ocean now?
That was quite nice. I did miss the ocean a little bit.
Is this your first time living in California?
Yeah, it's my first time being full-time out in California. I've always visited a bunch, but always loved the West Coast. No, it's been super fun. I'd say maybe I took for granted the ease of travel in Colorado. But I don't know, the change to California has been super awesome. Been riding all the bikes, been riding more bikes than I have ever. And I was being in Grand Junction. You don't have the biggest trail system there. You have lunch loops and Cocopelli and some stuff up in the Mesa and that. But it's just crazy how much stuff is truly endless here. Like I'm just riding from my back door and doing a different trail every day, which is, I never thought I'd, get to be able to do, which is really cool. So I don't know, just lots more riding and different types of riding, like road riding. The road riding here has been spectacular. The gravel riding has been spectacular. But yeah, maybe my view has changed a bit more from Florida to Colorado. I would say that was quite a big change. I was like, wow, I would say that was a bigger change than coming from Colorado to here. That really opened my eyes to wow, there's some big mountains out here. There's some gnarly steep stuff and just so much different types of riding. And I mean, there's really different types of riding all over the US. It's just learning how to embrace it and take advantage of it all. So
true.
Yeah, we are pretty lucky here though, of the vast amount of riding we could.
It is quite insane. Yeah, I did not think.
And like you said, from your house, you could ride 4 different types of bikes 4 days in a row and not ride the same thing twice.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm oh, what bike do I ride today? I could go ride a really cool gravel loop, but I'm passing this really cool trail while I'm doing the gravel loop. So might as well just ride the trail down. So it's just so cool. And it's just made me so stoked on riding and wanting to pedal. And I liked pedaling back in Florida, but moving to Colorado and being from sea level, it took some work for me to enjoy some pedaling. And now I'm at the point where I was like, oh, this is really fun. I can just pedal for hours and hours, which is, it's so beautiful to do that in Topanga too. So
sick. Very sick. Yeah, something about those mountains in Colorado, they can make you feel small very fast.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's my favorite feeling, to feel small in big mountains.
For sure. Agreed. Okay. Tire talk. This is a good one. Love the show as always. My question is rather tricky. If you could only choose one tire combo of any brand and mix them, and you had to use them to handle any and all terrain and trail types, which ones would you choose?
You can't mix them. That's against the rule.
It's against the rules, but we're going to break them right now. We're going to go for the forbidden fruit.
Any one tire to rule them all.
This is really tough.
It is pretty tough.
My initial reaction is, now I'm thinking. Okay, so I think I would go Magic Mary up front, but I would go maybe, I'm thinking maybe New Dissector rear. I was originally going to say DHR2, but then I thought New Dissector.
I don't think a New Dissector is that different than an Albert.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of do you go a little bit more chunky and then slow roll on other terrain, or do you go a little faster?
See, I didn't even think about going faster. You could go faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a trick.
I am going to try that New Dissector out pretty soon here.
Yeah.
I'm going to try front and rear on the Rascal I'm going to build up.
Nice.
Which looks pretty promising for kind of a do-it-all tire.
Yeah.
But then I'm also I just like going fast and being efficient, but having some traction. So I'm the WTB Peacekeeper is right up there for can handle a lot, but it's definitely not an enduro tire.
No.
Or
for the type of riding we're doing on a daily basis, the Peacekeeper can handle quite a lot.
Yeah. So those are kind of my initial thoughts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Guess I'm loyal to WTB and I'd say that I really enjoy a good trail boss. or Vigi.
Mhm.
So I guess one of those.
Yeah,
and
Vigi
then
Trail Boss combo would be.
the Vigi Trail Boss combo is like my go-to combo, I would say.
It's a good one.
Or
that's what I'm going to put on the Rascal once I wear all the dissectors.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I used to run that combo a lot. Great combo.
Yeah, great combo. Or
Assegai Trail Boss if you're going to mix brands.
yeah, I was gonna say if I had to mix brands, I used to run Assegai Dissector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like my go-to, and that was really fun.
Solid combo as well.
Mhm.
Super
Yeah.
solid.
I feel like pretty similar to
Yeah. Vigi Trail Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you compare the Peacekeeper to like a Recon?
It's more than a Recon.
More than a
Mhm.
Recon.
Yeah. The knob, it's crazy because the knob height isn't that much different.
Right.
So like upon first inspection, you're like, oh, it's like very
Not much.
similar, but I think the spacing of the knobs and then the size of the casing makes the Peacekeeper feel like more tighter.
It just like
Mhm.
hooks
Yeah.
more than like a Recon would.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a Recon, I feel like I'm like kind of skating a little bit, whereas like a Peacekeeper, it just feels like I'm
You can
right
lean
in
in
there.
the side knobs a bit more. Casing's bigger. I'd say the Forecaster almost feels, or the Peacekeeper almost feels like a Forecaster, but with more volume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which like that's my gripe of the Forecaster is I just want it bigger. It mounts up so skinny.
It does.
Yeah.
So are you running Peacekeepers for Downeyville
Next year?
next year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next year, I'll be on WTB tires for the year. And that's a choice for like, me and Tyman are going to put together a little race program, and we could choose basically anyone to reach out to, and we want to reach out to WTB, and a lot of it is because the Peacekeeper.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, apparently, I had some intel. They were like, Gary was like, "Oh, like we should sponsor this Tyman kid. Like he's super sick." And like the lady that I deal with, Becky, she's super awesome. She's like, "Yeah, we've been sponsoring him. He's super rad. Like he's been promoting the Peacekeeper this entire time." Like,
yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
I got in a handful of rides on the Peacekeepers front and rear.
Yeah.
I rode them like once or twice for Downeyville, and it's like, oh, it's too close to like make a choice.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go back to like what I know, which actually, I ran Vittoria, which I kind of knew, but kind of didn't. But then I rode more on the WTBs post Downeyville before I broke my wrist, and I really liked them.
nice.
And then now the biggest choice for next year for Downeyville will be if I can get away with a 120 Peacekeeper in the front. So they're coming out with a lighter casing.
Mm-hmm.
They announced it. I don't know if it's available yet, but they announced it, so it's not a secret.
Oh, that'll be a
Yeah, but 120
tricky
front, if I can not flat that, and then I'll do like probably a Ranger in the rear.
Mm.
And then locally, I'll likely have like a beefier setup for the XC bike, which would be like 60 TPI Peacekeepers front and rear. And that's what I'm riding right now, like high grip front, fast rear. And then a 120 front and a macro rear will be like my little bit faster, big day kind of setup. Like,
Yeah.
that'll be
Nice.
sick
That'll
for like
be
the
really
big O
cool.
high days, putting in, 7-8K days. Like,
Nice.
and those are
Macro's
both-
quite a bit lighter.
Macro's like a straight XC tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have macros on my hardtail too for like all the hardtail riding.
nice.
Very
That'll be
nice.
a sweet setups.
Yeah, that's the Downeyville plan. So we'll start testing once my wrist gets good.
Nice.
The Downeyville talk never stops.
Never stops.
Could probably have a whole podcast dedicated to just
Probably.
Downeyville talk.
Oh, easy.
I mean, hopefully, I want
me
to
and
make it to
Tyman just
Downeyville
talk on the
next year.
phone or in person for 364 days until we get to the next one.
Just
Yeah.
record it and then
Count it
just turn
down.
it into a podcast.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I got to experience the Downeyville Classic.
Yeah,
Just
it's
her-
always too close to Crankworx for you, but
Yeah, hopefully this year maybe. I think it's a bit spaced out, but
Okay.
still be a little tight. But I don't know. It just seems so sick.
it is real sick. Jared was saying he might roll this year, so
we could do it together.
There you go.
yeah,
Now we're
That'd be
talking.
super awesome.
You should do it. I don't even do it. I've been talking about it for too long. Just need to do it.
roll
Let's
the van
do
up
it.
and let's go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pinky promise.
Pinky promise.
Yeah, it'll
Wow.
be fun. It's
Well, now
always-
I'm locked in a little nervous.
Locked in now.
the crew is always growing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I got the bike for it. I have
The
no
Downeyville
excuse.
crew. You have the bike for
I
it,
just need the fitness now.
dude. You can go. Formerly Big
Yeah.
Mike rips it, dude.
Formerly Big Mike rips it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can do any speed you want.
Yeah.
You can try to be semi-serious, like Tyman and I do, or you can be the back and hang out and heckle and have fun.
Yeah.
I might be
And
semi-serious.
everywhere in the middle. Zach's usually in the middle.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe a little more
Zach,
serious.
actually, Zach, no. Zach was too serious this year.
He was?
Yeah, at camp we were trying to get him to do a few more things than he was doing. And he was not. He was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Have another beer, man. No.
Not even that. He wasn't doing anything.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like going to bed at 8 p.m. We're like, dude.
He was locked in.
We're like, at least stay up to like 9 or 10. Like, you know, what are you doing?
He was
8 p.m.?
fully locked in.
Yeah.
Definitely not how Crankworx is. People are up to like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then it's like, okay, you got to go race pump track the next day. Like, but your buddy's like DJing a set, so it's like you got to go watch that, but it doesn't go on till like 1. And you're like, how did these people like stay up so late? Like, it's
They're young.
quite a different world in Downeyville.
Quite young.
Yeah, that is fair.
Yeah. I mean, like, even just like, I went to a concert with my wife last week for her birthday, and like, we're standing up for like 2 hours, and then we're just
Did you
like,
go to the Tame Impala
Yeah, we
concert?
went to the Tame
That's so
Impala,
epic.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But, like, we're just like, both
Oh,
like
yeah.
look each other like our backs and like our knees were just like, okay,
Yeah. When I
this is fun, but
when I went to Rufus 2 Soul concert, we were standing for like probably 3-4 hours and like dancing, and like
oh
like there's a bit where I was into it and I'm like stretching on my back.
yeah,
You know, I'm like, oof, this is rough.
yeah,
Yeah.
not as young as we used to be. Apparently that's how time works.
I guess so.
And speaking of time, we're all out of time for this one.
Bummer.
Sophie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
You're our first full episode female guest.
It's so awesome to hear, and
Yeah.
I hope to be back on. Tyler and I were thinking maybe we do a Valentine's Day couples podcast.
That'd be very, very awesome.
Okay. Maybe. We'll see how they
Wait,
react to
maybe
it.
you can cut that out there.
What do you guys talk about? Cute rides you go on?
No. Like we
Or-
host like a dating show,
Oh,
like worldwide cycling like dating show.
Okay, so
For
we
Valentine's
gotta
Day.
get more of our dating segment.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that
Oh.
segment when you guys had
Yeah.
that. So
Nice.
Sophie did enjoy it. We didn't get
It
any more
was-
takers on it.
No, we don't have
I'm-
any. Yeah.
it was nice. Like,
Yeah.
girl enjoyed it, you know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Girl enjoys it.
We
Well,
need some open, because of the supply and demand in the mountain bike industry. We need more open to the idea
Yeah.
female listeners.
more gals.
Because there's
looking
a
for guy.
ton of dudes that are
Yeah.
open to the idea, but we need more of the females. The supply and demand ratio is way off.
Yeah, we can't be like, well, we've got 100 guys that are looking
Yeah.
for you.
2 girls.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys so
Okay.
much for
Yeah.
having me on. I
That-
really
we'll-
appreciate
We'll
it.
work on
It's
that.
been
Sophie.
great.
Super sick.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Amazing. You're welcome anytime. It's been a pleasure. And
Will this go out before our sale's done?
absolutely not. The sale will still be going on. Great catch, Liam.
Okay.
So, hit the Worldwide Cyclery website
Yeah.
and
Kettle
Trail
Mountain.
1.
Kettle will have a light sale going
Kettle's
on.
going to have sale. Trail
On
1's going to have
select
sale.
products. Trail 1 has a sale on everything except the wheel set.
Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here
Some
first.
crazy pricing on Trail 1. And then, Worldwide is subject to what the brands allow us to have on sale, but we have everything on sale that we can have on sale into Cyber Monday. So December 1st.
Yep. That's right. Black Friday, Cyber Monday is going to be legit. So hit it up. Thank you again so much for joining
Thank you.
us. And everybody else, we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.
Love ya.